All right, so the next thing we're going to get into here is the Suicide Squad panel. So this one probably, though, as far as an overall panel goes, in my opinion, was probably the best one, just as a panel event kind of thing. I was like I kind of said at the top of the show, I was kind of bummed out there wasn't bummed. I liked the footage we got, but I was expecting a full trailer.
Yep.
I was just expecting a full trailer to kind of get an idea of where the story was going, because with the behind the scenes sizzle reel that they had, it kind of was confusing to some degree because it looked like Mongal was working with.
I will say just really quick too, I like the way Harley Quinn looks now. I know we'll get into that, but
that's one of the main things I was going to get into. Actually, was like
she looks like Harley Quinn.
The costume that she has is reminiscent to the Arkham costume, which, in my opinion, was like the best, most practical Harley Quinn costume that they ever did. Like, that was my favorite Harley Quinn costume. Like, yeah, the classic, like, animated series Harley Quinn thing is, like, all fun and cheeky and shit. But, like, that's just so much more practical, and it looks great.
She just looks like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it looks absolutely, like, it looks great. I was honestly super shocked in her own movie she didn't have that suit.
Yeah, really.
Like, I expected her to, like, whip that out in the third act or something.
She didn't have, like, anything throwing back to that.
Like, it was
totally different.
It was but I'm definitely I'm with you to where I'm glad that boom, we got that out of it. But like I said, like, Mongal's here, which is really cool, but it looks like she's fighting with them, which when we first saw set photos, like there were a while back some set photos leaked before they were done filming, and like you could see the Mongal character, and it was prior to her being confirmed in the movie or anything. And I just assumed she would be like the bad guy. Like, just because of like Mongol and War World and whatever. I figured they were doing something crazy like that, which would have been at the same time kind of a weird thing for the Suicide Squad to handle. But like, it's honestly even more confusing, that to me anyway, for Mongal to be like with the Suicide Squad. Maybe I'm missing something from like the comics. If Mongal was ever actually a part of the Suicide Squad, I don't know, but I didn't think so. So, and we did get a full another look at the Harley Quinn costume, which it looks good, man. It looks great. It looks great. We got the full cast list from them though, which I do not recall everybody off the top of my head, but he got some obscure ass characters in there, like Weasel, Polka Dot Man,
Polka Dot Man, yeah,
like literally, like, which is why I'm like, there's no other director other than James Gunn would have, like, I think, gone as deep as he did for this. Because like you were just saying off camera something about like deep cuts, and I feel like this movie is probably just gonna be littered with deep cuts. I mean, the cast alone is already pretty littered with some, if not deep cuts, some more obscure cuts for sure, which I find interesting. So it's a nice little pick of a full squad. And then I'm really excited to see John Cena in this.
Yeah,
because he said
douchey Captain America.
Douchey Captain America. Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, that makes total sense.
That's
like,
John Cena.
That's exactly who John Cena would be playing. So like, I'm looking forward to that shit. You glad that do it?
Rick did his "You Can't See Me."
Yeah. I did my John Cena.
Are you guys like kind of bummed or happy about how do you feel about like the returning cast that we do have, like Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and Rick Flag, and then Waller? Are you guys like good with? Are you glad those ones are back, or would you have rather seen like all a new one, like a whole new cast altogether?
I think it's cool that they've got some people from,
Yeah, I mean, they already established Waller in the first movie, and Waller's so integral to Task Force X. Task Force.
100%.
That I feel like bringing her back was a no-brainer. And then I'm fine with the others. I mean,
I'm glad that
so big. Such
it's
a big
massive cast, dude. That's why Joel Kinnaman even said, like, don't get it. I feel like James Gunn's gonna kill like everybody off here.
Yeah. Probably.
Like
that was a pretty big hint that he said, like, don't get attached.
The only people who are gonna probably survive this are probably gonna be the same ones that survived the first one, I think, and maybe Weasel.
Hopefully Weasel.
Like, I seriously think that's probably gonna be it. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I can only hope Weasel lives.
because like it's interesting because like I feel like they got like they had to replace because everyone thought initially that Idris Elba was just going to be playing Deadshot
That's what I thought.
and just replace Will Smith, but like they I forget what his name is right now, his character's name, but he's pretty much a Deadshot-esque character anyway. This guy with a bunch of guns, like so. I mean,
Idris Elba.
yeah, I mean, but I like again, I love Idris Elba, and like I just feel like him not being like not that you need to be, but I feel like the fact that he is playing one of those more obscure kind of guys, probably gonna die, which is like and also would be kind of out of left field because people would expect someone of the caliber of an actor like him to not die,
Yeah.
and I could totally see them like killing someone like him off,
Look at Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2.
right? But like, and that's the thing, I could see them doing the bait and switch, and like John Cena, I feel like 100% is gonna survive.
He's John Cena.
Well, like he's I'm not even kidding with you. Have you guys seen him in like as in comedic roles? In
He's funny.
movies? He's
He's
hilarious.
pretty good. Yeah.
Like he has great natural comedic timing, and I think he will literally be like the Drax of this movie.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's why I think like of all of these people from the newcomers to stay, I think John Cena is probably gonna be that one. Like in all honesty. And I don't know. It depends. The character might kind of suck though. You never really know. But I just feel like the character is gonna be like a very like Drax-esque character, and we're like he's probably gonna stay. I
Yeah.
feel like pretty much everyone else is gonna die, like some
Yeah.
capacity. But then James Gunn said that like Rat Trap 2 is like his who he would like want to be, so that makes me think that he like probably like did some cool shit with her. So like I don't know. I don't know anything about that character though. So like
Well, Ratcatcher, yeah, she was originally the first Ratcatcher is a obscure Batman villain. Um, I forgot until they did this segment that there was a second one that was a female. So yeah, it's oof. I don't know where he's going.
that's
It's
what I'm
gonna be
saying.
fun.
Like when I saw this whole cast list, there were literally people that like I forgot even existed. Like, and
Mhm.
I literally I had heard the name Ratcatcher before, but like I knew nothing. I didn't know it was a Batman villain until you just said it. Like I knew
Yeah.
it was a thing, but like I wouldn't have been able to pull that in a trivia show. Like it wouldn't have worked. I wouldn't have got it. You know. But I'm looking forward to this. I will say though, even though we didn't get a full trailer to it, though, like the behind the scenes stuff for it,
You look good.
looked really good.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was pretty interesting that James Gunn said that this is like the biggest movie that he's ever made. Like, and he said like it was the best experience he had working on like any movie in his career, which I like hearing that stuff because that just hopes that gives me hope that this is going to be like a really good movie.
Yeah.
And not just like, you know, it was good. Like it makes me think it's going to be like a great movie to some
Yeah.
degree.
Well, and this could be a really interesting franchise, since everything needs to be franchised. But like you said, they could kill off everybody and then still mine all the D and C list characters of the DC universe and do a whole nother Suicide Squad next time. So
Exactly.
you know, only carry through one or two characters per movie to the next one.
That's
So
one thing that this franchise has over a lot of other ones too is like it's kind of like an outlet for them to really like use the like below
Polka
D
Dot
list
Man.
characters. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
you get the E list characters out of this,
Hey.
like, and you can use them. Like
there is some P's and some Q's on that
you
too.
could like, and I mean, it's like they already are. Just like I'm surprised Kite Man ain't popping up in this thing.
Kite Man.
Like I mean, Kite
Hell yeah.
Man's popping off in the Harley Quinn animated show, and like, and that's why I'm glad. I was honestly. I never thought Killer Croc being in the first one made any sense, and I was like, why didn't they use King Shark? Like, and now like he is using King Shark, so like I'm super excited to see that because it's just Killer Croc is best suited in my opinion just for I don't know, not that much. He's not that interesting of a character in my opinion, but King Shark is cool, dude. Like you
Hell
can't
yeah.
go wrong with King Shark, especially like the way since he's also been popping off in the Harley Quinn show. Like, why not use King Shark? Because you can do so much cool shit with him. And then even the Suicide Squad game, which we'll talk about here in just a second, same thing. They knew you throw King
Yep.
Shark in here, like. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I'm all in all, like I was actually pretty. We're gonna get into that here in a second. I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad movie though. I'm just bummed there wasn't a trailer. That's it, man. You
I
guys
just
got anything else?
I don't see how you go wrong with James Gunn. I mean,
Yeah,
I agree.
I would not bet against James Gunn at this point. But what another thing too is
It's gonna be DC's Guardians of the Galaxy.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It has the potential to be 100%, especially with James Gunn behind it. It has
Yeah.
more potential than ever before. But yeah, but I like too that I hope because James Gunn comes from making like movies like Super and like Slither and stuff, and like he didn't really use any of those sensibilities too much in like Guardians of the Galaxy or anything. But like Suicide Squad kind of lends itself to being able to be like a little bit more dark and like weird like those movies. So I'd like to see a mix of both those James Gunn sensibilities and his Guardian sensibilities, because Suicide Squad is like the perfect platform for him to get like kind of dark and weird at the same time, as opposed to just weird,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, I don't know if they're gonna ever go that route with it, but like the option is there if like you never know, if James Gunn had as good of a time making this movie and all that stuff, there's a pretty solid chance he'd probably come back to do a sequel if this one's successful and DC wants more of them. So I'm hoping the movie's good and he comes back to do another one if it's good. So, but that pretty much covers it for the Suicide Squad stuff, guys. So just let us know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below.